everyone. Today I am working on a 2005 Kia Rio with the 1.6 liter motor. Alright, so the steps to fixing this problem would be you'll want to come over here to the driver's side. There's a fuse panel here. And if you lift it up like this, it'll match the fuses. So this bottom one right here, this meter fuse, actually keeps popping. So I'm going to go through the electrical system and try to figure out why this fuse keeps popping here. So after testing the instrument panel, the reverse lights, everything underneath this console here, I actually removed it and the transmission. I ended up locating the problem. It was actually the wiring going to the speed sensor. Some of the symptoms were that there were no tachometer, reverse lights weren't coming on, some of the interior lights weren't working, and then the main symptom was this not being able to be engaged. So now with that fuse replaced and the electrical problem repaired, it now functions properly. If you're tripping that meter fuse, I'm willing to bet that speed sensor is actually a very common problem. Alright, so if you're looking to try to fix this issue yourself, I would suggest skipping testing everything if that fuse is popped, and I would skip straight to the speed sensor. So I ordered a new speed sensor with a new gear off of eBay, and here is the part number. You can see there on the speed sensor that it is completely melted. So I believe that the sensor itself must have shorted out and caused it to heat up too much. When replacing this sensor, I also had to replace the wires going to it. So in order to do that, I looked everywhere online. I actually had to go to a wrecking yard. Now the range of vehicles that this sensor fits is pretty broad. You get it on some Hyundais and many different year Kias. So this is not what the old sensor looked like. It was not as insulated as this one here. It was a lot thinner plastic, but this sensor still worked. I actually picked up 2 of them in case something was wrong with the wiring, and this is my extra. So I have installed the new sensor here. It is just one 10mm bolt, goes down. It doesn't matter which way it's positioned in there. The issue we are having is that this here is not pushing in even with the key in the on position. If you are in a position to where you need to get this to function temporarily, you can pop this out right here. Just moves off to the side. You don't have to rip the whole thing out. And then take a long screwdriver, or medium sized, and just set it right down in there, and it will move a metal lever out of the way so that you can push this button in. So now, without the key in or anything, I am now allowed to shift the car. There is a good possibility that if you're having to use this method, that the transmission will be in a limp mode to where it will only be able to drive in 3rd gear So I recommend avoiding the freeway.